Testing. This apparently is our throne. We're going to need to change the setup a little bit. Put the microphone up a little bit. Present things a little bit. Put the system audio on a little bit. This is Nick Cavazos a little bit. Why is the background white? When was the last time we used this? The background. Got that off. Okay, let's go to banners. Nope. Media assets. Yep. Wrong one. We have no idea where anything is. There it is. Oh, hello, Christine. A Saracino. Sriracha sauce. Oh, Christina Sriracha sauce. Oh. Hello, Jerome. Hello, Michael. Hello, Teresa. We are doing the roll call. Where's Phil? Where's Phil? Oh, there's Grover. I think that people like traditional Thomas new drop today. Yay! Oh, wrong voice. Yay! Oh. Yes, we are aware that he says the word my friend a lot, and he's like, oh, guys, I'm going to read the good sources called Sedevacantism and then disagree with every one of them. Since we finally dropped this piece, which we figure is wrong button, which we figure is worth listening to, we will listen to it because there's nothing like trying to torment Nick with every single show we do.
Holding a book, he reads every day. A jealous look, I shoot his way. And if he saw how I stare at him, maybe he could glance back at me. Class he goes and thinks more of abstract women in books that he reads. Flesh and blood. He will avoid. Hey Nick, my boyfriend is a Thomist. He has no friends or money. If he wants to go out, he'll just read a book instead. A life of fantasy, he will never see me. He's married to his own mind, the Thomist friend of mine.
Catholic dating thing. I think I've tried to start something with somewhere between 500 to 1,000 different ladies, 500 to 1,000 different, 500 to 1,000, 500 to 1,000, 500 to 1,000, 500 to 1,000 Catholic dating thing. I think I've tried to start something with somewhere between 500 to 1,000 different ladies, 500 to 1,000 different, 500 to 1,000, 500 to 1,000, 500 to 1,000, 500 to 1,000.
Oh, he has so many friends. Well, that is wonderful. Well, now let's get on to the show. Our good frenemy, he's something. Father Imbarrato has been up to his old tricks again. He has been live streaming in the car. We must help him to get more views by making him more popular. We will watch him and that will make him more popular and then he will like us. Yay! Oh, hello, John Farrell. It's a good evening. Oh, Sandy Hunter, it's been so long since you've been around. Have you said the word duck a lot lately? Okay, so in this clip, Father Imbarrato is doing a video on how to avoid dating. Something.
All right, let's get down to debating people. Now, how many of you have ever been challenged to a debate or gotten to a discussion with an atheist?
Oh, hello. Oh, Imbarrato lays out his concerns, and it essentially amounts to don't debate other people on other people's terms. You should only debate on the terms that you like. No, Imbarrato. He's like, oh, incommunicato, Imbarrato, same thing, I don't know.
Now, if you notice, atheists, sedevacantists, evangelicals, pro-abort. They always want to debate on their terms. They want you to debate on their terms because they want to control the debate. Why do they want to control the debate? They want to control the debate because they don't have the truth. So this way they can manipulate you and lead you to being, first of all, on the defensive and being places where they feel they have the upper hand, right?
Isn't that like 100% of all debates? Hey, I would like to debate, and I would like you to have all the advantages. Oh no, I lost the debate. Oh, I guess having the truth doesn't matter. In this clip, Father Imbarrato believes that even if you are 100% right, don't debate anyone. Well, what's the point of being 100% right if you don't debate anyone? Oh. Here's a Novus Ordo. Novus Ordo priests oftentimes get ordained inside sweatshirts. This is true. But then their bed sheet with the hole they cut out in the top covers the fact that they're also wearing sweatpants. It's very true. Oh, domo arigato, Mr. Imbarrato. Do me arigato, Mr. Father Imbarrato. Oh, why did you pause the show? Christine, we only say Selah when we want to stop the show. Then debate me when you're in the trauma bay. Let's go with the. Oh. Oh no, we are wrong. We will close down the stream.
Never ever debate any of these people on their terms.
Oh, okay. Next, he points out that the atheists always win all the debates because they don't let them debate. What? That atheists always win all debates they do, so don't let them debate. Okay.
Atheists, right? They want us to prove that there's a God.
Michael Pinay. Yes, he is. And you should respect that because he is rich enough to have a car.
And I tell him, look, I'm not going to debate you under any circumstances until you can prove to me how everything came from nothing.
Battle plan. Always make your enemy do all the work, and then you have nothing to do. Oh, hello. I'd like to debate you that pancakes are better than waffles. Oh, have you tried every waffle in the entire world that has ever existed? When you're done trying every single waffle, come back and we can have the conversation. Do you see how smart he is? I'm going to take this debate tactic to my mother, and I will win all my debates. It's the hell of debates incoming. Oh.
When you can show me,
Gates.
when you can explain to me how everything we see came from nothing.
Even the core?
Right, as an alternative to God's creation, then we'll debate.
Oh, and then he goes on to process. If you can determine everything that's ever existed in the whole world, then I can debate you. Okay, I'll be back to debate you in about 70 years. Oh, he'll be dead. Oh no, that's so unfair. Remember, never make common ground for conversation. Only yell at people, scream at them, yell things, and say, you're not allowed to have an opinion. Yes. That's what we call diversity, equity, inclusion, and it being ecumenical with your dialogue with everyone. Yay! Where's JP3's mom? Probably in the box.
All right, if you notice, the evangelicals, they all want to debate, right, on their terms, right? I don't debate evangelicals until they can show me in the Bible, because they believe the Bible is the sole source of truth. If they can show me in the Bible where they have the authority, the biblical authority to interpret the Bible.
Oh, did you know the Bible doesn't talk about Protestants having the biblical authority, so therefore the Protestants don't have the biblical authority? Oh, what a wonderful argument. Did you know America's not in the Bible? I like to say that one. Oh, City Hunter says all Catholics eat at Wannabes. Yes. Wannabes is a fantastic southern fast food restaurant that serves pancakes and grits and gravy, and nobody eats there because grits and gravy are awful, except for southerner people. Ubi, ubi, ubi. He says, an ex-member of this cult, which called himself a Sede Picante, spoke of the abuse he suffered. Oh, we decided to take that off the screen. Okay. Do each of the Sedes get 3/4 of a vote in the new synodal church? Oh, it's a slavery joke. Oh, Sede Hunter, we don't read the Bible. Catholics don't read the Bible. How dare you bring that up? Oh, getting back to the show, this next part, Imbarrato essentially says that because the brats aren't in the Bible, therefore they can already said that line. Oh,
Because they can't show you in the Bible, right, that they have the biblical authority to interpret the Bible. So if the Bible does not give them the authority to interpret the Bible, then why are we going to have a debate or a discussion on the interpretation of the Bible?
because we can have plain common textual meaning? Maybe? Well, I don't know. Oh, Sedes don't have to debate. As Protestants, we are a part of the batter of the church. Oh, when you make the batter for the pancakes of the church, yeah, Sedes are a part of it. It's a win-win situation. Woo-wee, woo-wee. What? We are pointing at you. We will not stop pointing at you. So Father Imbarrato continues his PhD slaughter of anyone who dares to oppose him. Quite frankly, I've heard all of this stuff since I was like a small child, so like, oh, punk. Most boring show ever. Do you think he does this for self entertainment or because he actually believes anything he says? By the way, this guy daily goes after Sedes and calls us all sorts of names like you don't have authority, terrible name. How are you going to fix the church? Another terrible name. He's very angry at us. I don't know why. Maybe he should get a better microphone. It keeps on popping.
The pro-aborts, they want to debate. Look, until they can accept or deny or explain, right, that these babies in the womb are not human, right, because science is in agreement, and they'll deny this, but science is in agreement that human life begins at conception. It's a scientific fact.
And I only have facts, so then, like, you don't have facts, so you don't get to have an opinion. Our Lord said that those who would follow him would suffer persecution from the world. Oh, I'm so persecuted. I would like to point out that the onlyfans.com/theologians/traditional Thomas/donate link is active. And if you have money to give to the sexual Nick, we completely stand by giving him money. How else is he going to afford grooming his children? Yay! He loves to give them false catechisms and says all sorts of mean things about us, which is the next clip. Yay! I mean, next video we're looking at. Well, facts matter and your opinions don't. Duck.
So until they can come up with some other explanation that you're a dog, a goat, nothing, you know, that fetus is a human, that embryo is a human. It's a human embryo, human fetus, right?
That's not the argument. Is it a person and does it have rights? But he doesn't seem to understand what the arguments actually are. So, these arguments make me feel. Oh, do you know how I feel? Well, he is very. He tells us about it almost every single week. He's like, man, guys, I don't have a girlfriend and I'm really handsome. Hey, Anthony Abate, can we talk about me not having a girlfriend on the stream today? Yeah, sure, Nick. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Hey, Mrs. Erickson, can we talk about dating? I know you're married. How did that happen? Can you tell me all the juicy details? Yeah, that would be Nick. I'm a dog goat. So now we're going to tell us how these arguments make us feel.
Feel pretty good. And I'm not scared at all. I just feel kind of invincible. Feel kind of invincible.
Me too. I got a very positive attitude about this.
Good, me too.
Yeah.
Oh, we are invincible, and now we will destroy all of the Sedes.
All right, Sedevacanthus. Sedevacanthus, similar to evangelicals. If you're dealing with a Sedevacanthus, you tell them you are outside the authority of the church. You reject the authority of the church because the authority of the church is rooted in the Pope and the Magisterium. Since you reject the Pope and the Magisterium, you're outside the authority of the church. Therefore, you have no authority.
Translation, just shut up. Just shut up, Sede. Don't point out every single time we do something bad. Just don't do it. No opinion for you. Oh, I'm so invincible. Did you see that? I just won every single argument against the Sedes. Oh, they're all running away because I'm so invincible. Ha 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 ha. This is just how my mother argues with me. She says, Michael, since my name is actually Michael, she says, Michael, clean your plate. And I'm like, no, Mom. And she's like, I'm your mom. There, I won the argument. Yay! I'm your mother. I won the argument. Clean your plate. She actually used to say it, by the way. Well, cities are a joke. I was confirmed by Marcel Lefebvre, you ecclesiastical bully. Come to Mount Kilimanjaro and cancel this live stream. Well, that shouldn't be a problem for the Novus Ordo Church. These guys are idiots. Yay! Yep, you just say, oh, just shut up. And then Novus Ordo's like, we won the argument. It turns out, if you're really abusive and mean to people, they will just go away. Oh. Yeah, but he doesn't really respond to invites. If he was here, I'd drop the link and be like, oh, Your Excellency, welcome to the show. And he would be like, you have no authority to welcome me to the show. Oh. Do you want a cookie? You have no authority to make cookies. You have no authority to sit there without talking to me. It would be very boring. No, actually, JP3's mom is a terrible cook. In fact, she hasn't cooked it for like 20 years now. Oh, in the next clip, Imbarrato will toss out several popes and infallible dogmas of the church because of authority. Yay! We love Michael Madam on Kilimanjaro. Just you try and stop me, Francis, you ecclesiastical bully. Oh, the Sedes call out the Novus Ordo, but they never defend their position. Shema. Shema? Shema. Shema. Shema? Ooh, he gets a Gita. I wonder what that is.
No authority to
Nope,
say
none.
Second Vatican Council is invalid, or
Nope.
the Pope is a heretic,
Yep.
or the ordinary form of the Mass is invalid. You
Nope.
have no authority. You have no authority to have any opinion.
Wouldn't it be wonderful if you got in a car accident right now? Like, I don't want to wish evil upon people, but like, it would be really funny right now. He's like, you have no authority. Boom. Oh, you had no authority to turn into my lane? Oh, it was my lane. Oh, guys. We at the Say Lake Cast, Phil Gonzalez Bookie Book, etc., would like to say that City Hunter is uncharitable. Uncharitable. Unchair unto. Yes, he's emotionally damaged. It is the same. We will get to the Michael Voris clip where every person who is emotionally damaged is brain damaged. Shinamama. An excellent word. It means Selah my house.
Or criticism of the church.
We agree we have no authority of ourselves. The scripture tells us to flee from false doctrine and cling to the church. We're not like going around being like, I have authority, and I declare you out of the church. Bleh. That's actually Nick Cavazos in the second clip of his show. He actually says that. Now Imbarrato will claim victory. Yay!
All right. So look at how simple that is. Look at how simple that is. All right. So, sedevacantists, you focus on the fact that they have no authority. Evangelicalism, it's basically the same way. All right. The Bible does not give them authority to interpret the Bible. Atheists, how did all this come from nothing? Right? They can't explain that. And the pro-aborts, all right, can't deny that these are human babies. Human life begins at conception, scientific fact.
Yay! And Father Imbarrato has solved all of our problems. This is the only thing you need to learn. Just bully everybody who disagrees with you. Yay! Another victory for the Novus Ordo religion. Part of what we do on the R&R roast the resistance, roast the recognizer. I don't even know what the R&R means anymore. Part of what we do, roast and review, that's the name of the show, is we want to look at the people who want to debunk sedevacantism and see if they have anything that we should consider. So far, we have seen if you just talk down to Sedes and they'll go away. Christine says, but we don't have any authority of our own. We follow the church and her doctrines. Father Imbarrato has been angry since Father James Marshall finally became a true Catholic priest. Oh, Sede Hunter, he will be on the Salacast. However, the Salacast, which streams every single day for like 4 hours a day, ran out of space to stream because they ran out of computer time or something. No, you don't even get to have an authority. And we call this next clip, Nick is stupid. Yay! He really wants you to know he is really, really stupid, and he also grooms children. The Sedes have 1900 plus size clothes, and they also have history and doctrine. Also, the Protestants change their religion every 50 years now, to even less. Like, Protestants today have nothing to do with original Protestants, so it's kind of like, yes. You see, Michael, when your authority tripped and fell down the stairs, you didn't pay the authority tax, so therefore, you have no authority. The Mets crushed the... Oh. They did. Baseball is truth. Yay! Let's get on with Nick. This is Nick's video about masses that he disagrees with. Therefore, Nick is stupid. Yay!
In an age of optimism that we find ourselves right now in the church,
An age of optimism. Did you know everyone right now is really optimistic? I guess Nick hasn't been on Twitter. Novus Ordo's the Captain Esquire guy and like big modernism, and actually several main Novus Ordo channels are extremely negative already. It's like, oh, and I'm so optimistic because I talked to Peter Kwasniewski. Oh, Daddy Kwasniewski, father me, father me.
Well, there, Nick. We'll just deny everything that anyone says and then block everyone else.
Oh, thank you, Father Kwasniewski. You're a hero of the religion of Kwasniewski.
Well, thanks, Nick. You can be a member anytime you want.
In this clip, Nick has no idea what is going on in the whole world. Oh, how normal.
it's oftentimes tempting to overlook the hideous things that rear their ugly head.
Like Nick pressing the record button?
We also find ourselves today not just in an optimistic time on the one hand, but also still in a time of great confusion in the church.
Talk about a time of great confusion. Sedes are shizzle shemashemasheks and out of step with the church. Did you know the church is actually a marching band? Oh, it's 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So everyone's really happy and everyone's really optimistic, and then there's a ton of heresy at the same time. Yeah, that makes sense. Yep. That's normally how the mind of Nick Cavazos works.
Trying to figure out, what does the church believe Will the authorities actually crack down on dissenting heretics? Will the church actually proclaim her dogmas with conviction and with truth? Unfortunately, we have a scuttlebutt, a dust-up going on right now in a New York diocese.
Okay. So, will the church be the church or will the church not be the church? Oh, unfortunately, the church is not being the church, so therefore it still is the church, even though it's not being the church, even though it is the church. This is literally the way Nick's brain thinks. By the way, scuttlebutt means rumor, gossip. What's the rumor and gossip when I have exact pictures and Nick is going to show pictures? Oh. Is Nick stupid? Does Nick not know how words work? A dust up. There's been a scuttlebutt, a dust up, if you will. There was a rumor and a fight. No, there was just some people doing bad things. I read the SAT word list and it had the word scuttlebutt and it was like it had the word scuttle in there and I was like, oh, I love the word scuttle. That's fantastic. I'm going to use that word on the stream today and I record it. Oh, scuttle. I used the word Mama Erickson. I used the word. Oh, it is scandalous. Abato is terrified of CDP. No, I think Abato is just like, why am I talking to Eric Sammons again? I could literally talk to a stone wall and get more charisma. Let's continue on with the show. Oh, Nick always blasphemes the Sonata way. Yes, Michael, you are entirely correct. In fact, in this clip, Nick says that he knows more than all the Catholic Novus Ordo bishops. A scuttle what? Huh? What are these words he is saying?
A diocese in which, unfortunately, the bishop is allowing and promoting.
A diocese in which the bishop is allowing and promoting. Oh, I, a layman, should judge the bishop. Hey, bishop, you're wrong. Seems very Novus Ordo. Some Sedes genuinely eat bacon and have good intentions, but most don't. That is true. Sede Hunter, you must fix the Sedes. You must point out which ones are ducks and which ones are geese.
But this right here is the parish website. Now, of course, we see right up here the flag of, which is, of course, intrinsically evil. Pay attention to what we hear. He says this, all are welcome. In the spirit of Vatican II, what I want to say is this.
Oh no. We call this next clip a do-it-yourself Catholicism. But that last clip, Nick was showing objective evil. Oh. Instead of covering our eyes, we decided that it was best not to show it at all. Can you imagine a Thomist showing objectively evil things? But Nick loves to show objectively evil things because Nick every day looks at evil things. He goes, oh, is it the month of objectively evil stuff? I will watch every single show so I can comment about how much I hate it. Yay! Do-it-yourself Catholicism, if you don't like other people, just say you have your own interpretation. Yay! Ma! Sola mi interpretazione. Why is the whole chat about baseball? Yes. No, there's hockey too. Islander fans. Yes, Grover. Anthony is scared of us because the big round eyes of JP3 remind him of the time his mother made him runny eggs. Anthony hates runny eggs. It is true. What I want to say is this. I actually, in the original edit, put that in 5 times, and I said, Nick saying this into infinity is kind of dumb. So we got rid of it. Sola mi interpretazione.
I have a very nuanced reading of the Second Vatican Council. I've explained this in other videos, right? Of course, I accept the Second Vatican Council as a legitimate and valid ecumenical council. That being said, I do hold the traditionalist critiques of the council in the sense that I do believe that there were lots of sections that were ambiguous, because if you go and look at the historical data, there were good people there and there were bad people there, and they basically were playing a tug of war when it came to how the documents were rewritten.
So essentially, Nick completely rewrote the Catholic Church to be whatever he wants it to be. Because someone somewhere disagreed with someone, then I can make my own interpretation. It's sola scriptura all over again. Oh, do I not like Lumen Gentium, but I love Lumen Baseballium? Therefore, the whole document is about baseball. The Catholic Church subsists in the Los Angeles Dodgers, yes. But outside its structures can be found other baseball teams. Hardly. The only thing we would do with Anthony Abate is be like, hey, Anthony, you're amazing and great. Why don't you get rid of Rob? Rob brings your show down. Oh, every Nick podcast is a synod on the spirit of incense and pretty vestments. And also pretty vitamins. Oh. Not supposed to have a nuance with a valid council. You know, I have a nuanced interpretation of Vatican I. I don't accept any of it. Yay! It's the same thing that all the trads do with Vatican II. He can also make up his own interpretation of what counts as making fun of the Bible and what counts as not, for which he struck us. It is so sad. Sailor Hunter is very sad. He does not watch sports. To be a Sede Vacantis, you are required to watch at least 3 different sports and write essays on them every single week. This is true. No, oh yes, I already said this. By the way, Kennedy Hall also denied the Immaculate Conception using this same exact line of thinking, but you know, they're essentially Eastern Orthodox Latin Rite Catholics. Yay! Nick in this clip assessed that there are several Vatican II councils, and there's a spirit of the council, kind of like the spirit of Christmas present, the spirit of Vatican present, the spirit of Vatican past, and the spirit of Vatican II future. And then there's interpretation of trads, liberals, SSPXers. We have 6 different councils.
But I do believe that there are chiefly
Yay!
3, if you will, major issues, right? These are the classical issues of religious liberty, ecumenism, and collegiality. That being said, the Second Vatican Council itself, putting that aside, the spirit, how it's commonly interpreted, has not been cracked down on for the last 70 years. And as you can see, is alive and well.
Yeah. The real Pope with the real bishops and the real priests all interpret the council one way, and Nick says, oh, it hasn't been cracked down, they're all wrong. I am right, they are all wrong. And he continues with his many councils theory. Oh, we would like to say, Sailor Cast is 100% correct. All Yankees fans go to hell. It is actually in Street Thomas Aquavitas at Sede Hunter, Book 3, Chapter 2, response to question 2. It is.
And so all Catholics, especially young people out there who are very zealous for the Catholic faith, have to realize that the catalyst for...
Can we just say something? Christine's Twitter feed that she reposts half the time, I feel like I've gotten 20 hours of watching this one girl swing the baseball bat. Like, I have no idea who she is. All I know is she swings the baseball bat and she's like, hey guys, in 2 years I'm going to college. Boom! Boom! And then, like, a week later, we'll be like, hey guys, in 2 years I'm going to college. Boom! Boom! And then, like, a week later, and this has been going on forever. Like, literally, Christine is either this person's godparent, and it's like, go, girl, go, become the greatest baseball player of all time, or else Christine just really, 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 really likes baseball. Oh, we love Uncle Rob. We just think he shouldn't be on the show. He should be in the back. No, he's actually very anti-Sadie. You don't know. He's very much like Nick, but you know. Maybe if we got him a little wine, he'd warm up to us. But honestly, I've seen more stuff about the baseball swing, and I sit there and I read content and look at it, and I'm just seeing what is up with all these baseball swings? And like this comment Christine's making about this coach, is really true. And it's like I've only seen one person ever bat like this coach wants people to bat, and that's Ichiro, where he does this like thing with his stance, and it looks really weird. And like only Ichiro Suzuki can do it because Ichiro is the greatest player of all time. Except for Otani. Otani's also the greatest player of all time. Anyway, let's stop talking about baseball. Oh, by the way, this swing is here because we're what's it called? Well, censoring things. Wait, he's deeply closeted. Yes, we will not get him out of the closet. Oh, she played softball. I'm too scared of the ball, even if it's soft.
A lot of the crisis and, if you will, liturgical controversies that we have in our church today have their origins, whether people like it or not, in the Second Vatican Council and in the reforms that issued from it. The reforms that issue from it, after that, all the implementation, you can call that the spirit.
So all the things that come today come from the Second Vatican Council. Okay. And then the reforms from the Second Vatican Council, we call the spirit. Oh. We all, and that point's not entirely wrong, but you can't just reject the spirit because you want to do other things. Wait, I could show the comments on stage? I can. It's not showing them on stage. I would have to make the little thing over here. Oh. That's cool. There's a little button over here. Someone make a comment so I can see if the button thing works. Oh, little comments over there. No, go over there. Go. Wrong way. Nope. It's a little comment. Oh, get that off the screen. We're not doing it that way. So anyway, we all know that Nick is what they call a binary thinker. Republican good, Democrat bad. And this is more evident because you see, for Nick, Vatican Council good, interpretation bad. SSPX good, local ordinary Novus Ordo bad. He is extremely black and white, and is like a small child, maybe of 7 years old, who runs around telling all the adults,
Coffee is bad for you because it's black. You're only supposed to drink white drinks like milk. Hello? Black and white. Put milk in the coffee or else the coffee's bad. It's black. Hello?
Nick is a little stick in the mud. Oh, it's creepy swing. I named my authority the Spirit of Vatican II, and that's when he threw himself down the stairs. I wonder what that means. I'm sorry, but this comment is always funny. Oh, the council is 100% fine, but everything that has ever come from the council has always been completely wrong ever since the day one. It's the biggest cope in the world.
That the reforms that issue from it, right, stuff like communion on the hand, lay Eucharistic ministers, altar girls, all this kind of stuff, this is, of course, going to be implemented by many of the liberals that were there at the council. That's just something we have to recognize.
Yeah, no duh. Because the council wasn't about debating whether or not we should have altar girls. Hey man, what should we debate? We've got communism, the modern world, World War II, the aftermath. Oh, I want to debate whether or not we should have altar girls. Seems like a local issue, doesn't it? In this clip, Nick decides that you haven't seen enough, so he'll show a lot more stuff. In fact, it's really weird. We thought in this video with Nick where he's like,
Guys, this diocese is full of evil stuff. Oh my goodness, it's so evil. Evil. And then he's like, scroll down there. Oh no, it's more evil stuff. Oh, what is this? Evil? No way. Let's click. Oh, more evil stuff. Wow.
It's almost like he is being paid by the Jews to show us evil stuff. Hey, liberals, your brain on coffee.
Now, what's really sad about this is
once Leo finds out about North Carolina and Detroit, it's over for the Liturgical bullies. Yeah, right.
You come down here to June, you can see that the whole month is dedicated essentially to these actions of sin and perversity, right? It's something very, very egregious. Now, what I want to take a look at is under the section right here of masses, because under masses, you're going to see a little bit of what's been going on. So as you can see, here's the sanctuary. Black Lives Matter, of course, a communist organization,
Yay!
right, that Catholics should have absolutely nothing to do with.
What makes them communists? Oh, Democrat equal bad, communists equal bad, therefore Democrat equal communists. Oh, I thought it was just a money laundering scheme for Democrats to steal money from their supporting base, which is actually what it was. But you know, Nick lives his religion through his politics. Oh, that's fantastic. And yes, wrong comment. Robert, we're changing our attitude here. We're very pro SSPX. Everything the SSPX do is good, and yes, but they are being infiltrated by the Novus Ordo because their bishops are not being vigilant. Because their bishops are watery. Oh, City Hunter, you must have the duck to change the discipline. Yes. Of course he doesn't. He is a white Texan, and as we all know, white Texans are all racist against cars. If you drive a car, an SUV in Texas, they believe you do not have the right to be alive. Only trucks matter. Trust in me. Oh, that's a Jungle Book song.
This was the mass that they were referring to the other day. You can see in the background, of course, they have blessed cross affixed to it. This is something, again, that is sacrilegious and blasphemy. You can, of course, see over here on the left-hand side, over here on the right-hand side, again, the flags of the enemy, the flags of Satan. And I won't play any of this video.
I won't play this video, but I will show you the thumbnail and I will show you the website and I will show you the calendar. Oh, but let's look at it for 1 minute, but I'm not going to play the video. Yes, Nick has been made to eat dirt at the playground by his sister, I believe. Super Atomic Wedgie, yes, his sister did that to him. Swirly, yes. Yep. Bullies called him the spirit of Vatican II. That is also what Nick calls his sister. No, City Hunter, no. If you see this evil satanic thumbnail, let's look at it for about 1 minute. Yay! But we haven't seen enough. Let's keep leering at bad things. Yay! We would like to remind you at this point in time that OnlyFans/theologians/traditional Thomas/donate is how to give Nick Cabanzos money.
Now, one thing that's really, really sad about this is not so much what's going on here. That's all bad. I think everybody who's watching this video can agree with that, right? That this is all very, very bad. And also, you can see over here in the right-hand corner, I assume that says immigrants welcome. It's like,
we don't want any
again, just the social justice push. The leftist propaganda is pretty bad.
Nick here admits sedevacante, except he's an idiot.
Guise of the spirit of Vatican II, as it's called, first and foremost, has nothing to do with this book, right? The Catechism of the Council of Trent.
So I thought this was. Oh, we had the banner in the way. We got to get rid of the banner. Oh, get rid of the banner. Oh, get rid of the banner. Oh, and we also need to
Can we just pray for this guy for real?
Oh yes, we need to just pray for this guy for real, because what he's about to say here is pretty much sedevacante. He says, well, I have this book called the Catechism of the Council of Trent, and it's a completely different religion than the spirit of Vatican II. No! All the gates of hell didn't prevail, but a few liberals at a council did. Oh, yes. What? No, Salacast. No, Salacast, we hereby revoke your permission to use our content for your streaming. Oh.
You're not going to find this theology, the theology of the Sacred Council of Trent, inside of this. So for Protestants or other individuals who are watching this video, note that this is not an actual Catholic
Protestants watch his video? Oh.
Catholic Church in the sense that of believing the Catholic faith.
Did you get that? Vatican II is against Trent. Oh, can one council be against another council? There's a scripture passage about that. Isn't he a Protestant? Can one devil stand against another devil, or one house against another house, or one moon against another moon? What about my moon base? He has no authority to say my friends.
Note that
We're not inhaling a cigarette because the cigarette's on the other side of the desk, and I would have to like move everything to get to it, and it would be really boring. Let's do it right now anyway. Oh, let's take out a cigarette, put it on the thing, get our hand out. Oh, hey guys, what's going on? We're at the All Saints Church, where you must smoke a joint before entering. We'll have all the joints in the back if you need one. This is how we celebrate the Novus Ordo Church. We are the church of hippies. Yep, we're very hippious. Hipponius. Saint Hipponius. That is our new patron saint. Okay. Yeah, Saint Anthony of Padua Radrat, who is like 5 times more important than us. Oh, he is like a great celebrity. Oh.
this is not an actual Catholic church in the sense that of believing the Catholic faith.
Nick has the authority, yay!
It may put the label Catholic on the front door. It may say we're Catholic, but they're not Catholic in truth and in substance.
Nick admits that this problem is not about the nature of the church. No, that this problem is. Whoever wrote the notes, Sede Picante, oh, he does a terrible job. No one should ever hire Sede Picante to be their editor. We have to go back to Master Bowser so we can have good notes. But what he essentially said was that if you put up liberal, Democrat, communist Catholic churches, then you are not a part of the church. You are contrary to the substance of the church. If you are contrary to the substance of the church, you are not a Catholic.
This whole issue right now in the crisis is nothing new, and it doesn't just come out of nowhere.
The whole issue about non-Catholics being in the Catholic Church is not new. What? I think Nick has a identity problem.
I like to, in a friendly manner, point this out. Most of the controversies that we're suffering from right now in the church, a fair amount of them wouldn't really exist if we didn't have the kind of craziness and the sense of interpretations of the Second Vatican Council.
The problem is someone read the text and believed the text. So in Gaudium it says, 10, where it says, it is the universal opinion of most people everywhere who have ever existed that man is the center of the universe. Oh no, you see, they were supposed to interpret it that in the exact opposite way. Oh yes, it is the universal opinion of everybody that baseball is the center of the universe. That's the correct interpretation. Nick, why don't you actually just read the book? He's like a Protestant who's like, oh, John 6, it says, you have to eat my body. Oh, yeah, what he means is play baseball. Oh, yeah, you have to play baseball. Rory says, the Novus Ordo isn't good. This young, hot product alternative lifestyle of no wife, no life, no friends, and no hope. Oh, Sede Picante has all of those things. Yes, Vatican II is heretical according to Nick, but only the interpretation, implementation, the use thereof, and everything that comes after it in 1969. But everything before 1969, before it was implemented, was entirely good. Yes, Sede Hunter. Sede chapels are known for having trap doors, gigantic steel balls that fall on your head if you do not say the Latin responses loud enough.
Want to take me to Boomer Town? Want to take me to Boomer Town? Want to take me to Boomer Town? Want to take me to Boomer? Want to take me to Boomer Town? Want to take me to Boomer Town? Want to take me to Boomer?
Was communion in a hand really a debate in the 1960s?
Well, we're back to this again? I thought we were talking about actual issues actually discussed in Vatican II. Why is he always talking about the thing that Taylor Marshall talks about? Won't you take me to Boomer Town? Well, I know what it is. It's, communion in the hand, kneeling during the after communion time, altar girls, and chapel veils. Oh, the only issues trads care about.
Early 1960s before the council? No. Were lay Eucharistic ministers? No. Were altar rails? No. Were altar girls? No. Were praying with other religions? No. Were ambiguous statements by the popes on really clear doctrinal matters? No.
Okay. So, in other words, the entire council was a flop and should be thrown out. Okay. So, Nick sounds exactly like a humanist modernist. But one other comment about that last clip. Because something isn't mentioned and Nick can't find it, doesn't mean it's not talked about. A lot of this stuff is talked about in other places. Nick is just too stupid to know where to look. Huh? Converts suck at theology. Converts do nothing good with their life. Won't you take me to City Chapel? Won't you take me to City Chapel? Oh, encounter with the Lord. Oh. The communion hand existed before the Novus Ordo, right? Back in 19... No, Roy. Facts are not allowed, only feelings. Only feelings, right? It's only feelings allowed here.
But we're in a situation where there's bishops who are just openly doing these things. Where is the hierarchy calling these things out? And so this...
The bishops aren't the hierarchy? Yes, Sadie Hunter is great. He has made the right point. In the movie made by the Mormons, the apostles take communion by the hand. Therefore, it is necessarily true that this is the only way the early church did anything. Always trust your Mormons. I'm a confident, terrible at theology. Yay! No. The Master Bowser Christy Niles love song is only played on the Salacast, this guy's channel, but since he doesn't have room to stream for like 4 days, it won't be up for a while. Oh no, he is so sad. Ha ha. Ha ha. Ha ha. Ha ha. Oh, back to the show.
is where we as Catholics need to charitably tell Pope Leo, you need to call this stuff out. You need to call this stuff out.
Apparently, our job is to call up the Pope and say, hey, you need to call it out because the local ordinary is an ordinary heretic and he doesn't call it out because, heretics are normally in the church because anyone can be in the church even if they are a heretic. What's the point of belonging to Nick's religion when I don't know who's in the church, who's out of the church, who has authority, who isn't? It it just all make up at whatever you want. It's the whatever you want religion. Women alone. I receive on the Fumo. Oh, that is fantastic. No, it's not. Is there a video of just the Christy Niles theme song? Yeah, it's on the Salacast. Oh, Phil will be like, oh, I left the stream on for like 8 hours. Oh, where'd it go? Oh, Phil, is this true? Oh, imagine not knowing anything about the Fourth Council of Constantinople. Oh, Novus Ordo at its finest. Oh.
Let's be honest. Does this church look like modern man's sensibilities?
Yep.
Yeah, the modern lost world at 1000% promotes stuff. There's nothing really that are like out of the way, if you will, in what the Archbishop is saying. I mean, this revolution has been infiltrated and led by modernists for a long time. I mean, modernism.
Cultivate your hunger before you idealize. Motivate your anger to make them all realize. Climbing the mountain. Is it bad that I know the original, the ending to Naruto Season 1? I should probably have it memorized. never climbing down, falling through the contents, never falling down. No, 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 no. Oh, yep. Very bad. Anyway, so what he did is he decided to take a declaration of Archbishop Lefebvre, which 8 years later, Thuk would also make a declaration. And Thuk's declaration was, they're not the Pope. But you see, he doesn't count it as real because he only accepts whichever archbishop he wants to accept. Therefore, all the other archbishops are not archbishops. Yes, he excommunicated other traditionalist archbishops because they don't agree with him. Yes, it's very keynote.
Is a heresy, is, if you will, like the heresy of heresies.
The heresy of heresies. But we're not certain what the heresy of heresy means because why is my internet connection always at 1 bar? Oh, this is horrible. We're not sure what it means because can you guys actually have any good, like, can you actually see me? I just wonder sometimes. Because, like, living with 18 different people all on the same internet, and they're always like,
Is it my turn to use the internet? Always?
oh. Anyway, Nick decides that even though Lefebvre says heresy, it kind of kicks you out, and these people aren't the real Rome, so we don't follow them. Nick believes that the church can actually have heretics in it. Weird. It's almost like Nick just makes it up as he goes.
As opposed to this, which is celebrated by a bishop of the church, by one of the princes of the church, who is unfortunately being right now a Judas, betraying our Lord for the accolades, i.e. the 30 pieces of silver, the accolades of this world. So, yeah, recognize that when it comes down to it, I'd rather take the faith of the Council of Trent and of the church of all time rather and lose a canonical regular position than be in canonical regularity and not be Catholic.
Hey, did you know you get to choose whether or not you get to be regularly canonical and not be Catholic? In other words, every single Novus Ordo bishop, whenever you want, can be outside the church, according to Nick. Even the Pope can be outside the church, and Nick is always in the church. I tell you, this guy is like completely a Protestant and is no business talking about anything online. Like us saying that Nick grooms children, which he does, by the way, everybody, we would like to announce Nick grooms children in bad theology and trying to send their souls to hell. Every time Nick streams, it's probably a mortal sin. Like he literally is bearing false witness to the church. That's a mortal sin against the faith. We are all blind, but JP3, but you have enlightened us. Selah cast. Well, it must be hard because Sele Picante uses the internet 24/7 on YouTube, Discord, Twitter, Instagram, and so on his phone and on the PS5 and on the one computer he has because he got rid of the other computer because he didn't know why he had 2 computers at one point. That's everything is Christine. Where did that voice come from? No, it's a joke, not Spartacus. It's a joke. Very soon and very soon, we will see the king. Soon and soon is soon, we will see the king. Nick grooms children in heresy. It's the worst kind of grooming you can do. Lefebvreism is traditional modernism, or is it modernist traditionalism? I like to refer to it as sola traditionalism, modernism, ism. I have no idea. It's weird too because so many SSPX are really good people.
Because let's be honest, these people right here, they're canonically regular, but they're not Catholic.
You can be canonically regular in the church, be a real member of the church, and not be a real member of the church. Okay.
That's the problem. Or if they aren't canonically regular, let's be honest, they're not being tempered down by their bishop. They're not.
So the bishop is supposed to temper down canonically regular people because Nick wants them to. Okay.
Being called out by the Roman authorities, unlike, for instance, the SSPX, which you'll find bishops all the time who are just like, oh, I don't like them for this, that, and the other reason.
Nick, who has blocked me, talks uncharitably about Sedes. Oh, no, wait, no. Has Nick, who has blocked me, talked down uncharitably to Sedes yet? Well, here you go, because it wouldn't be Nicholas Cavazos without being a little whiny baby.
Also, for the Sedes out there, don't be going into the comment section being like, "This is not the true church." We haven't had a true pope since Pius the
Made
12th.
us, child.
That's a false position as well. Like it's false and schismatic. Like the Sede position is schismatic.
Oh no, you are schismatic, but you called actual ordinary bishops schismatic, ordinary priests schismatic, the Pope schismatic, who's in union with all these people. Oh, but only Nick. Oh, and then Nick ends the video by crashing out about his inability to stop sinning. It's really weird, but we didn't play it. If you want to see it, you can watch it on the Sailor Cast. Oh no, Nick in his recent videos fell back into his deliberate mortal sin, saying, "My friends, oh, we should pray for Nick." Seriously, we should pray for Nick because, like, he's not a bad person, I don't think. I think he has good intentions. He has a nice heart. He lives in Texas. Like, living in Texas is half of what you need to do to get to heaven. And, well, my friends, let's be honest. For instance, this example is an apostate heretic. Or this apostate is an heretic. Somehow, English is my 14th language. Oh, yes. Did you know eating beans will make you canonically regular? And smelly. Oh, yes. Nick loves more privileged path bearing because, Anyway, just to wrap up the video, Nick speculates wildly about like why people can't emotionally stop sinning and their attachment to sin. And on the Sailorcast, which we watch, we sit there and drink beer and laugh about how Nick can't stop sinning. Yay! Because that's what we do on that channel. Oh, now we need to cut to a commercial break, so we'll play what we just played before. Put that down a little bit.
Holding a buck, he reads every day. A jealous look, I shoot his way. And if he saw how I stare at him, maybe he could glance back at me. Class to class he goes and thinks more of abstract women in books that he reads. Flesh and blood. He will avoid. Hey Nick, my boyfriend is a Thomist. He has no friends or money. If he wants to go out, he'll just read a book instead. A life of fantasy, he will never see me. He's married to his own mind, the Thomist friend of mine.
That's right.
Catholic dating thing. I think I've tried to start something with somewhere between like 500 to 1,000 different ladies, 500 to 1,000 different, 500 to 1,000, 500 to 1,000, 500 to 1,000, 500 to 1,000 Catholic dating thing. I think I've tried to start something with somewhere between like 500 to 1,000 different ladies, 500 to 1,000 different, 500 to 1,000, 500 to 1,000, 500 to 1,000, 500 to 1,000.
500 to 1,000. Wait, JP3 hasn't confirmed anyone. What is this nonsense? JP3, did you tell them to do that? Let's move this out of the way. JP3. Oh, look it, there he is, in the box. We put him in the box. All right. For this next part of the show, we have Michael Voris. Yay! Everyone, give a loud round of applause for Michael Voris. Michael Voris is a man. I think that he is a man.
It's like, oh my gosh, get over yourself.
And that is what we have to say about Michael Voris. Okay, that's the whole show. And now we will get back. Oh, wait, no. The sharing was not shared. Share the screen. Share the screen. There we go. So, Michael Voris went to therapy for 18 months. And we have been wondering, where has he been for 18 months? A canonically irregular girlfriend. That sounds fantastic. Wait, what did I just do? Where's my... What the... Anyway. Yes, Michael Voris is a man. We cover Michael Voris and Christy Niles. And other people. Anyway, we've been wanting to know what has been going on for the last 18 months.
It's been about 18 months or so.
Why are you playing a video of someone taking his name in vain? Wait, did religious hippie take someone's name in vain? Doesn't she say gosh bagosh? Oh, we're gonna have to look at this again. Boomer Town. Anyway.
Since I've been in therapy for intense trauma from childhood.
Oh, intense trauma from childhood.
This resulted in chronic PTSD. That was the official diagnosis I received. And when I saw it there on the paper, I was stunned. It was like surreal. It was like looking at something from somebody else's cave.
Anyway, he was stunned when he saw that he was having PTSD. It was incredible. No, he doesn't have a wig. What are you talking about? Michael, stop. He doesn't have a wig. He's very normal. I'll pray that you repent and play as IG-88. What is this? Yeah, don't even joke about hell. The gates might open up.
Yes.
Okay. And as I just said that, there's how to pay down the road. Yeah, okay. Whoever clipped this was a real smart person.
But what the field of neuroscience is revealing is that apart from the adult brain, which is close to being physically formed in military-aged men, a child's brain, not even close. Deprive a young child of the feeling of being safe, and there's likely going to be hell to pay down the road.
There will be hell to pay down the road. That's why the comment said there would be hell to pay down the road. Anyway, so what Michael Voris is talking about is that if you are troubled as a child, your brain isn't developed, and then there's how to pay. By the way, he's going to say this like 25 more times. We watched an hour and a half of him complaining about his life last night, and we made about 10 minutes of clips. Oh, look at the gates. My brain process making content in an unhealthy fashion. Now, we're not in communion with James Martin, but we are in communion with Jimmy Hellboy Martin, the famous Jesuit who interviews Pete Buttigieg. Pete Buttigieg is someone who believes that everything in the whole world revolves around him. This is what we call retards. Yes.
However, that doesn't mean all that just goes away because the brain can't process it.
It doesn't?
What it does mean is that the brain being incapable of processing it in a healthy fashion with an adult capability resorts to processing it in an unhealthy fashion.
Yeah, like everybody knows this, right? Does anybody know that if you give children too much stress, then they stress out? Like, doesn't everyone notice? Adults can handle stress. Children can handle stress. Whoa, I'm a psychiatrist, a psychologist, and I have a My Pillow body code. What the heck? Look at that. He's got a My Pillow body code. He also has a real estate for life over here. Huh. And the explanation of why everything isn't Michael Voris's fault continues. Yes, you see, the whole thing was Michael Voris had trauma as a child. And by the way, he actually had some seriously bad trauma. But, we'll get into that.
The mind, meaning the intellect working with the emotions, they work in
the mind with the intellect working with the emotions. Oh boy, that's a mouthful.
Tandem to shield the child, to limit the fear, to reduce the pain from the reality of what's going on.
It's called blocking things out. This is why you don't show children scary movies. This is a June 2nd commentary, by the way, if you want to know when this was first posted.
Short, protect the boy.
Wait a second. What does that comment say? Imagine if Trent Horn's wife pizza had 7 slices. Then there might be 12 different people that she was having an emotional affair with. Yeah, the math doesn't work out there, Sailor Cast. Sadie people now grit for real estate so people can live in his house and steal his Wi-Fi. Oh, that's fantastic, Grover. Grover, you're the hero that we all need. No, we have like 8 different Wi-Fis we have to own because we have... Never mind. 30% interest. Yeah, it's not very charitable to talk about Trent Horn's wife's pizzas, emotional relationships with 8 different pieces of pancakes. Besides, that joke is for the next stream when we do the Great Grifter stream, if I can get it done in time, but I probably can't. But anyway, yeah. Michael Voris lives in a perpetual state of Michigan. Or fear.
A child's mind formed in.
By the way, this whole episode, he kept doing this. He was like, when you give a child stuff, and then he gets PTSD. And then 1 minute later, he'd be like, a child can't handle all this stuff. And then he would be like, 1 minute later, an adult can handle stuff. And then 1 minute later, a child can't handle this stuff. You're like, did you just learn this now? Don't you have any life experience?
Trauma, in fear, doesn't really know what normal is, so it can't go back to it. It has never experienced it. It doesn't know what normal is. All of that, the perpetual state of fear.
Is he talking about Nick Cavazos? This sounds like Nick Cavazos. I meant to say a perpetual state of being in pain. I did?
The thought develops pretty quickly that he is indifferent to your pain, as it did with me, that was indifferent to my pain.
Everyone is indifferent to everybody's pain. Tom says, when I was in the Novus Ordo, I was able to get myself to believe Voris was X. Bad word that we won't say, even though it's directly on the screen, because we don't say those words in Trent Shapiro. By the way, do you guys know about Howard Stern? Sedes Picante every once in a while goes down a Howard Stern rabbit hole where he just sits there and listens to retarded Howard Stern content for like 4 or 5 hours at a time. Anyway, Howard Stern, after he was the most famous person in the whole world, decided that he was going to become a therapist because he had a therapist. Then he spends every single episode talking about therapy, and it's the most boring, dumb thing ever. That's what Michael Voris is doing. Yay!
The ultimate goal of therapy, in my humble opinion, at least
the ultimate goal of therapy, okay,
my experience, is to correct this, to get the feelings and the intellect in line with each
okay,
each other in reality.
Feelings and intellect and in line and reality, okay?
So for this entire week, I'd like to concentrate on this theme because I've experienced all of this over the past 18 months.
Please spare us the details. No, so in other words, because you had something to happen, now we have to listen to Howard Stern. Okay, here's a big crybaby man. What an idiot.
I go to a party. I can't meet one person. They give me a card. Hey, here's my show. I got a show. Everyone's got a show.
It's not fair. It's just I worked so hard. I went to Connecticut, then I went to Detroit and Washington. It's just not fair, guys. Get over it.
Yeah, you see, this is what I don't understand. These guys are like, hey, look, when I was young, I used to be like, oh, I'm commentating on everything that was wrong with the whole world. And now I went to therapy. Now everything is hair therapy. This is not the Sailorcast. On the Sailorcast, they offer the special Luminous for 10 for 1 special. If you give them $1, they will pay 10 Luminous Mysteries for you. And now you can see the light. Oh, Voris is yes, you see the light in Voris's hair? That is a part of the Luminous Mysteries. Seems like the chat doesn't even care about the show. Well, yes, talking about the Luminous Mysteries is like twice as entertaining as talking about Michael Voris talking about how children have to build mental walls for trauma. So let me tell you about my dark, evil past. By the way, we won't actually talk about his dark past.
During those past 18 months, I heard a voice inside, not audibly, but nonetheless, a voice, a presence, whatever you want to call it, a more than usual vivid thought. We built this wall to survive.
You're thinking of a brick wall.
A brick wall. A brick wall. I must think of a brick wall. A brick wall. I must think of a brick wall.
Okay, why Sedes Picante put that in, nobody knows, but he put that in. So essentially, Michael Voris is like, my psyche has the unconscious psyche and the normal conscious psyche and the brick wall psyche, and then like the three of them had to work together, and like, wow, this is really basic early 1900s psychoanalysis. Okay. Next clip is the plot of like half of all the animes I've ever watched. By the way, this actually does happen in animes, and that's why I stopped watching anime for like 4 or 5 years. Oh, wait, we only pray to dark mysteries? I gotta get in the state of occultism. This sounds fantastic. We only pray to dark mysteries. That's pretty cool. Let me just see something for a second. Okay, let's continue on.
In a normal week, I participate in roughly 5 different sessions. I guess you could call them sessions.
Wait, he has 5 times he does therapy a week? No wonder the only thing he wanted to talk about in this hour and a half of stuff we watched was therapy and the way it works. Oh, don't do that much therapy. Therapy overload.
2 individual therapists, different fellows, 1 sponsor, and 2 group sessions for men trying to recover from severe emotional childhood trauma.
Players, the details, please. We don't want to hear about your trauma. Hey, my trauma was my mother didn't love me. It's actually what he says, but the reasons why are so gruesome that I don't know why he told us. It kind of threw him into a bad light. And if you want to watch them, you have to watch them yourself. I will not play such things on this stream.
I don't want to get into the details because they're pretty, well, they're details. At least in this form, I don't, of what transpired. So in a sense,
next episode you will, though. So, you know, just...
I'm asking you to trust me. It was awful.
Yay. It's a good thing Voris is telling us a long, drawn-out story. That way he can give everyone a lot of hope. What's the point of doing a show unless everyone feels really hopeful? I tell you, this whole thing is just Voris being on the ego case. He's like, guys, I found content for the next week. Clip it. Clip it, guys. This content's the best content. Are we still live, by the way? I should check my Gmail. Sometimes when you're doing stuff and you're live on your channel, it'll be like, uh-oh, you're getting pinged for copyright. I don't see any ping for copyright. Yes, we are still here and living. Let's go with the next clip.
Each of them has told me, gently but truthfully, that my childhood ranks right up there with among the most traumatizing they've come across. And for the record, I'm not saying any of this to garner sympathy or anything.
Yes, you are.
Of the kind, but to provide hope that if I, with all of that, can begin to undergo a course correction, lack of a better term, well, so can others.
So he has an emotional team. He has a team of people. He does therapy 5 days a week. And you only started to figure this out now in your 50s? Like, what were you doing for the last 30 years? Like, hey, look, I was in trouble with my family, and then I went to college, and then I had all this problem, but then I ignored all of them. I'm not buying it, basically. I know, the morbid details he does repeat them like 3 different times, and I think we edited all of them out.
Now, decades later, I'm being told by my team that I need to go back there to the very thing I ran away from out of fear. And by the way, got pretty good running away from it.
Whoa, the details are in the vortex, which lives in Christy Niles' hair. Cool. This poor man, just imagine if he didn't choose to... Oh, wait, no. Well, that's right. He was hurting his own employees and took loads of money for himself. By the way, he'll talk about the money later.
It served the purpose of keeping me alive.
Yes, his childhood trauma, mental walls served the purpose of keeping him alive. This is actually true. Everything after the fact, he seems to have conveniently forgotten.
And as I've looked over all of this the past 18 months, this is horrible stuff to sit around and think about and revisit.
Yeah, that's why you take care of it. 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, you know. I'm not going to take care of it until I can use it for YouTube content. Yay!
I can't tell you how distressing,
which is very funny,
all of this can be.
Yes. In this clip, he repeats word for word what he said his team says to him in a session. And this is no joke. See, this is why we played that Howard Stern thing. Like, He's like, I'm the most famous guy ever. And now I'm going to repeat everything everybody said to me during my session with my team in therapy. Dear Lord. By the way, Sita Picante has also been in therapy before. He likes it. He thinks it's really fun. He's weird.
Crazy, huh? That's my subconscious mind saying both the truth and a lie. When I was a little boy, my subconscious mind built this wall to protect me.
See, this is the way you describe to someone how it works, but now he's trying to describe to you what exactly his therapist said to him. Hey, look at Voris. You were in real big trouble when you were a kid, so your brain turned on defense mode. And then he's like, oh, Dad, I'm going to tell everybody else that brains have a defense mode. No. Voris, this stuff is for you. That you understand. Oh, I'm going to tell everyone about the brain defense mode. That sounds fantastic. It's like Star Wars, except like more so.
To keep me alive. Only one way to get through all this. To have Almighty God help, who actually gave us, consider this is not one of those like whoa moments I experienced in one of my therapy sessions with a very, very, very good therapist. All my guys are good, like I said. God gave us, even as children, the psychological power, again, as children, to build this wall of self-protection to survive.
Yeah. He keeps on bringing it up. He's like, unbelievable. Did you know that I had this protection self-wall thing? And by the way, in this episode, which was a 30-minute episode, we clipped 1 minute and 20 seconds out of it. That's how much awful stuff there was in this episode. I don't know why he posted it. I would not have posted this episode. Like, to my dying day, I would not have posted this episode. Like, why are you posting the gruesome details, and only half them anyway? And then he posted, like, he needs attention that bad? Like, you're a sick mind. What Forrest says here, though, is true, and it's too bad it doesn't excuse his own bad life choices. This is a lie. Phil Gonzalez goes to therapy for a living. I know this because he listens to Captain Beefheart, and Captain Beefheart ruins your brain. I don't know. Maybe.
Feel the pain and encounter the pain so you can begin to make sense of it. So, what I have discovered, unearthed in therapy is they didn't love me. But there's a back half of that because they were incapable of it, not because they chose not to. But again, when you're a kid, you can't process the back half of that truth that they were damaged. And so therefore they can't love you in the way that you need to be loved or at all. All you know is the first part.
Yeah. I remember a Protestant friend of mine that I used to play League of Legends with. He explained that to me when he was like 23. That his parents didn't really love him and they just like unintentionally didn't like him and like they really just were there. Like they didn't really care. Anyway, Michael Voris just discovered this today. Wow, breaking news. My parents who treated me like absolute garbage actually had garbage lives themselves. What? No way. Hold the trains, hold the planes, hold the cars and the trains. I said that. And the scooters and the bicycles. My parents were also human beings. Wow. Anyway, then Voris says something that's really funny. Voris had a dad, and his dad was infatuated with some chick, and she was like, will you buy me this? And he was like, yeah, sure. I don't care. And his dad just started buying stuff for this chick, almost like it was his daughter. And Voris is like, why didn't you give that money to me, Dad? Yes, it's true. Voris is so money hungry that in the videos that he says he is getting better and he is healing and he is recovering and he is fixing himself, he gets mad that his dad didn't give him money.
One woman he met,
What I Discovered on the Earth by Phil Gonzalez. Excuse me. No, you can't, because I was a Teemo main as well as everybody else top, because I played top nonstop. Oh, Bowser is in defense mode because of Chris. Yes, I am in defense mode. I'm traumatized by Salicast taking the song that I gave them on Discord and playing it every day.
managed to sweet talk about $200,000 out of him over a 10-year period. He paid for her car, didn't just pay for it, he bought her a car. When I discovered it, I said, Dad, you can do whatever you want. It's your money. But I put everything I had financially into church militant, and I have essentially nothing left. Did you ever consider saving something to give me once you died? He looked at me when I said that like the thought had never entered his head.
Obviously, because it didn't. Aren't children the best? Hey, Dad, do you got stuff for me? Dad? By the way, he seems to have left out the whole fact that he funded in a very immoral and shady way his church militant. But we weren't talking about that part of his life. Only the part that it was his dad's fault. Okay. In this clip, Voris says he was never allowed to have any friends in his house because of his mom's mental disease, which, by the way, is like extremely horrible and graphic. And I won't repeat it because it's that graphic and horrible. Did you know Sedes Picante has also never been allowed to have any friends in his house either? This is why I play with stuffed animals. Oh, I have a horrible mental disease. I just thought it was interesting, by the way. I also have no friends in real life that come to visit me. Yay!
I was never allowed to have any friends in my house because of dirt. Not once in my childhood did any friend ever cross the threshold into my house.
You'd think if someone had to say this, there would be red flags, like he would know. He would be like, hey guys, why don't I have any friends? Oh, and then I would fix this when I went to college. And then when I was in my 20s, I would get therapy because I was traumatized by the fact that my parents were mentally abusive to me. And then my 30s, I would fix this because I was scared of the mental abuse, No, he's got to wait until, his whole company blows up and he gets in all this trouble. It's almost like he knew all along and he was living his life in a purposely deceptive way. Christine is also abused by her parents, apparently. Wow. Oh, and Anthony Abate also. Michael Pinoy also. Oh, man. He has no friends. Tommy also. Oh, man. His parents hate him. Phil Gonzalez's parent. Oh, wait. Who in the world wants people in the house? Phil, we don't allow intelligent conversations here. We're here to make fun of people, talk demeaningly to them.
I grew up in emotional madness, insanity, really, and it hit me hard, screwed me up on many levels.
Which is why then you went to a long public career about being the greatest, news broadcaster of all time and just suppressed everything? I believe him, and I actually felt bad for him when I watched this. But, at the same time, man.
Lie about almost everything in my childhood to protect all the lies of my parents.
And here's why Voris went so hard after other people's errors. It's all a lovely, unhinged defense mechanism. Oh, you mean it all makes sense? The reason he went after everybody else was because he was mad at his parents and he projected that onto everybody else? Oh, okay. Derek S. wasn't allowed to have friends in the house too because of dirt, and that's why they took off their shoes. No, Derek, it's actually a mental thing. His mom went you know how in horror films, the parents will have, what's it called? It's trans something disease where the parents will cut their children so their children will need them, they'll harm their children. He pretty much had something like that. No, we're not doing that. No. Okay, stop. No. Okay, never mind. I'll do it. Stop the screen. Private chat. No. Style. No. Media asset. A song. This show is terrible. Nobody can watch. Is that a wolf? Run for the hills. Run for the trees. They're coming for us. They're coming for you. You will never get away from the wolf. I hope you all are wearing a scapular. There. I hope you're happy. Phil, you stinky Phil. No. I don't even know where the Law of Song is. Okay, I'll have to open up Discord to find it, because I have no idea.
Hey, I live stream in cars first. Why do I put up with you people? Sede Picante Archive. Scroll up. Well, I don't know why people are doing things here. No, that's the wrong one. Wake up songs. No. I don't know where it is. Why do you guys do this to me? What did I do to you? Christine Niles. The answer will be Niles. No, I don't see it there. I hate all of you. All of you should stop. Niles. Maybe the code is Master Bowser. Master Bowser and Christy Niles round up the news. That's not the right one. Master Bowser. Looking for it. John the Fool has it. Okay, now we found it. Thanks, John. I'm not sure why we had to play this. This is Sailorcast content. Oh, the Christian Niles is on the loose, and she's hunting for another golden goose. Maybe she can find some drama to get some money with a disposition that is very sunny. Oh, I think that she will talk about weird stuffs. She just can't seem to put down that she has the cuffs of the man who left her behind on the cruise. Christine chugs the wine and just sings all the blues. And it's only Christine. It's so lamented, Christine. Me part dash two, itu, inadimas ketu. Pollos negros per canela que me llegan a despertar. Me importas tú y tú, Christine. It's only you. It's you. Oh, Christine, it's you. Everything is Christine. Da 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 da. Okay, now let's get back to the show. We're almost done. We only have let's see, there's 3 minutes there and 3 minutes there. We'll get through all this horrible content, A-logging on Mr. Voris. No, it's a terrible song. No, it's just a horrible song. No one likes this. No. Anyway, here is Voris. And here's why Voris went so hard after other people's errors. It's a self-defense mechanism.
I've had a few stop the presses moments in therapy the past 18 months, and one of them was this, said to me by one of my wonderful team members. He asked me, "Why do you feel so bad about yourself?" Then he said, "Well, let me suggest to you that's not correct. Instead, consider that all your negative feelings about yourself are not from what happened, the events, but what you told yourself as a small boy about what happened. Your negative feelings come from untruths you told yourself subconsciously about everything that was going on, which is happening. Lies or inferences you drew, which down deep, you still believe today."
Yes. You did it to yourself, and now you finally did it, and it took you over 100 therapy sessions to get down to it. After you had to have a public crash out and make apology videos and dissolve a whole company and have all this scandal. Again, why didn't you just take care of this in your 30s? Anyway, everyone needs a hug.
And building on that, from therapy, to hear that for a young child that your parents are God, when you're this small, your parents are God.
Mm-hmm.
That was like a thunderbolt. My parents' inability to
Sadie Hunter, please. For the 7,000th time, you were confirmed by Marcel Lefebvre. You're a liturgical bully. Yes, we got it. We got the joke. We got the joke. You've said it now like 1825 times. In the year 1732, you were confirmed by Marcel Lefebvre 18 times in one day because I don't know what's wrong with you. Yes, we know. Now stop it. Have you ever considered that perhaps nothing is your fault? Oh, that's right. I was suppressing it, and then it's not there. No, there's plenty of songs more entertaining. Our Master Bowser is a master of singing. Yes, yes, Master Bowser has the Fumas to hug. They're down on the floor. And we're not going to get them. No, you were not confirmed by Michael Voris.
love me, to make me feel safe, treasured, protected, first importance, whatever. All of that translated in my subconscious, as it does for many people. It translated in my emotions that God himself did not love me.
Man, he talks about his emotions a lot and stuff. I used to do that like 10 years ago when I was in my 20s, when I was like Nick's age. I used to talk about this stuff. Huh.
In fact, a few years ago, I had to instruct a bishop on his puzzlement over a specific church teaching. He's a good guy, to which he responded, I've never heard that before. I've never even thought of it like that before. I've intellectually embraced the gift of the Catholic faith given to me as tightly as anyone I know. But because of my horrendous childhood abuse, I could never feel it.
A little comment here. Maybe that's how come he was so abstract and so mean and so like intellectual with the Catholic faith for all those hundreds of years. Oh wait, no, he really wasn't. He actually tried pretty hard to be emotional with it then too. If you remember, they would be very intellectual, yes, but they would also be like, let's hold hands and pray. Oh man, and then they'd say a prayer and they'd be like, yeah, and then he danced on top of. Do I have that clip? Okay, I need to look for that clip. He's like, I don't have any emotions, but does he? Wacky Wheels, Mongolian. This is the section where we do jokes. Where is the Michael Voris dancing clip? And Michael Voris dances to Thomas the Tank. There we go. Can't even see my own screen. Let's get more copyright strikes. Oh, look at this is a man who has no relationship with his emotions. By the way, look at him here. This is him 9 years ago in 2016. This is him now. What on earth happened to him? He lost all the color in his hair. Introduction to season.
It was all in my head, and it does have to be there, obviously. But in my heart, in my feelings, my subconscious mind, my emotions, full of lies about God in relation to me, it never penetrated that pain. That knowledge never got down here.
And sometimes Michael Voris plays the other card. That's the one we're looking for. Yeah, I agree with a lot of things he says here, except he doesn't seem to understand where he is in his life, and like didn't we already talk about this in the last clip? I don't know what the heck's going on anymore.
What
No,
therapy
we're not doing the Diamondite joke either.
is showing me is a hard truth, that I've deceived myself by these inferences, even if unwittingly. It's kind of beside the point why that happened. This is my reality now.
Yes. His reality now is he's never fessed up to any of his adult errors in the entirety of all the shows he did on his therapy. So all the therapy he did was to avoid his real errors and go back to his childhood, which was horribly traumatic. This is boring to me. This is boring me to trauma. This is boring me to trauma. Wonder what that means. These comments are insane. $1 million is a small price to pay a confirmed victim. Bam! Well, this stream is Trad Inc. Bad, I want to donate dollars. No, this stream is Sede Picante Revolution. We are the revolution against Sede Inc. Anyway, I know. He never even brought up Mike Parrott and how he tried to ruin Mike Parrott's life. It was actually horrible. If you've ever watched the Mike Parrott stuff, I almost wish I could send Mike Parrott all these clips or whatever. He didn't even mention him. And it was actually, he went after Mike Parrott and got him fired from the Navy, and he got his wife's healthcare counseled when she was in the middle of something. It's just like, wow, what a jerk. Anyway, now he's going to explain the same thing he's already explained for the 400th time. Yay!
The mind, including the brain, the physical organ, can't handle what's going on. So it creates escapes from it, or at least it tries to. The point is, the pain cannot be endured. So anything and everything that provides...
Yes, you said that in the very first clip.
Any relief is chased after. It can be escape into hiding, for example, behind intellect.
Yes, you did.
Refusing to feel empathy or being incapable of it for others because feeling pain for them, well, that's just a little too close to your own pain.
Mike, Mr. Voris admits he had no empathy and he purposely wanted to screw with Michael Parrott because he has no empathy and can only think. Okay.
A person can have a really high IQ, for example, and an EQ, an emotional quotient, as opposed to an intelligence quotient, that's just stupidly low.
I did the rundown want to play. Now, the end of this clip is kind of funny. I was wondering why he hasn't personally apologized to everyone. Yes, we've talked about that already. Thank you, Sede Picante, for the memorization.
A half a century later, it's still horrible to face. The feelings of all of that are every bit as present now as they were then. That's how the subconscious mind...
So when you caused the trauma in all the other adults that you went after and just relentlessly persecuted them, does that matter?
Mind works. And a person has never undergone this sort of thing. I get it. You're like, this is crazy. Get over.
Little hint to you, Gary Michael Voris. Everybody's childhood has some trauma in it, even good childhoods. It's just how life is. There's no way to avoid it. You just have to learn to cope with it or something, or maybe God gives you a grace. Everybody's life is filled with trauma. Have you ever seen Phil Gonzalez stream? It's traumatic every single time he streams. That's true. Maybe don't drink so much. And don't say bad words. Podcasting, Tal 3 AM. Oh, I did a run. No, we're not singing that. This isn't a song show.
Over it, as one fellow I was sharing this with, and I don't understand why I just don't get over it. I didn't say anything to him. I was like,
why don't you just get over it? Hey, Mike Parrott, why don't you just get over trying to see if a priest did or didn't do something bad? Why don't you just get over it? I'm just going to cancel your wife's health insurance. Why don't you just get over that, Mike Parrott? Hey, people at the Republican convention, why don't you just get over that? I'm like, doing bad things with people. I mean, Voris, it's a little rich coming from you that you would ever show your face again on anything ever again.
I've learned a lesson here. Be very careful who you share things with.
Wow. Be careful who he shares things with as he shares things on the internet. An STB is a socialist theology buckle. You get them at Walmart, you wear them around your pants.
But, for example, think of a soldier with PTSD.
We didn't put anything behind the paywall. What we did is we put it on Phil Gonzalez's channel in the Sailacast. I'm not evil, I'm just a victim. Oh, no. So we're back to the soldier already. In section 2, we talked about how the adult brain is able to build things up. And guess what he did in section 5, right? If you see this bottom right here, part 5 of 5, commentary June 6th.
All of a sudden, he's engulfed with the same feelings he had from the trauma of battle because of some sound or whatever. It's horrible enough.
Yes, you've already talked about PTSD and the way it works. 5 days in a row. Talk about someone who has no tone understanding.
Life altering when an adult undergoes some trauma. But in most cases, the adult has a physical organ in his skull to try and fight back.
Yeah. We're very annoyed. We're very annoyed with you. You could apologize once. You should have apologized every single episode, but you apologized never.
I never had a childhood the way most, at least I hope most, experience.
The Guild member show is on the Sailacast. It goes at 7 o'clock tomorrow, but nobody knows because they can't stream because Phil used up all the time. But the Sailacast is actually the locals channel. Just don't let anybody know. And don't subscribe to Sailacast and watch the live streams because then you would get extra content. That's like completely like the worst trash brain, autism, awful, garbage, rot.
No friends, certainly not to speak of. No Christmas, no feeling of safety and love.
He had
It
no
sucks.
Christmas. Wow. Listen to this. He asks, why isn't there an emotional pain prayed for, and then leaves it out of the prayer? He literally can't even get his own thoughts together when he's doing his own show. He's like me.
Why is emotional pain at Mass never mentioned,
Why is emotional pain at Mass never mentioned and never prayed for?
prayed for, not even acknowledged? When's the last time you ever heard, let us pray for those enduring addictions arising from crippling childhood
Yes, he did, expat.
trauma and isolation, that God enliven in them the gift of courage from the Holy Spirit to face their demons? We pray to the Lord.
Amen. What happened to the emotional pain? It's just childhood trauma. Emotional block, stumbling block, blockhead, Lego blocks, NBA blocks. We also had another block, but I forgot what it was, so then I left it out. Anyway, let's go with the next clip.
But it's the same block for each of us. Coming to that revelation that there is something blocking my feeling.
Yes, it's the safety defense while your subconscious raises that you talked about in episode 1, 2, and 4, and now 5.
Of God loving me, my ability to feel it. Just that revelation in itself was enormous. When your whole life has been felt from the perspective of God doesn't love me, doesn't even really care.
Didn't he always end up saying God love you at the end of every single episode? But he really, this whole time, he never even believed himself. He's like, oh, this has been the vortex. God love you. But I don't believe God loves anyone. I think God hates everyone. Hate. Like, who is he fooling? Like, he talked about this for 5 days. Man, imagine having no life. Then you would be
He's
filled with solids.
indifferent.
Michael Voris is very, 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 very humble. And we only have 30 seconds left. We're done with the show in 30 seconds. Yes.
And for the record, for me to have to
Nick would come out alive and pregnant.
admit to myself that I was completely wrong on all of this. That's no small feat. But once I did, it changed how I prayed. About 2 months ago, with all the swirling around, all of this swirling around.
So 2 months ago, after 16 months of therapy, meeting 5 times a week, right? Do you see that? After 90 sessions of therapy at least, he had all this swirling around stuff, and then it finally came to him.
Around all of this swirling around in my mind, like, oh my gosh, what do I do? Blah, 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 blah.
Wow. And then he ends his episode with a prayer, and it's a very touching prayer, almost like it's an apology media tour. Yay! We didn't bother to include the prayer because who includes prayers? Thank you so much for being here. This has been a lot of fun. This actually hasn't been any fun at all. This episode was way too long, and this wasn't very interesting to do, but we had wanted to cover it because I wanted to know what actually happened with Michael Voris. It's very interesting to see he is alive and well and trying to bother people. This is Ray from the K-pop group IVE. She's being annoying. And thank you all for coming. This is the end of the show. Everyone who's stuck in, you're the real heroes. You're the real therapist victims. Successors. You're the invincible ones. You guys all live in Boomertown.
Grazie, signore.
You have to be joyful as Catholics.
Subscribe to this channel and share this video.
And true humility is difficult.
Women who should be taking care of their home are on chat rooms.
Handouts.
That's dumb. It's just stupid.
Go away!
And